And now we're on our final session, and this is our student panel, and I'm going to bring in some students, which is brilliant. And let's see now, Anna. So here's Alison. Hopefully Anna is coming in now. Alicia, it's an all-girl panel. Is that good? And who am I missing? Shifra, here you go. Now, promote. And we got everybody in. Anna didn't come in that time, hold on. Shifra's in and Anna's in. Yes, we're all here. So hi, everybody. You can all say hello. I'm in the dark here, so I am. So I'm going to introduce everybody. So, hi guys. It's an all-female panel. So we have Anna. Anna is from the Psychology with Disruptive Technology course. Then we have Alicia from Chemical Sciences General Entry. We have Shifra from Mechanical and Sustainability Engineering. And we also have Alison Downs from Climate and Environmental. And I know we also have Louise. Louise is coming in as well, because here we are, Louise. Sorry, I nearly forgot about you. Louise gave a talk earlier on psychology with maths, and she's also here to talk to us as well. So, how is everybody? Thanks so much for waiting. How are you all doing? Okay. Good. Okay, great. So today, you are students who have an experience of the courses that we've been talking about here today, and that's fantastic. So I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, and we might, go one by one if you want, or I'll just pick on somebody. I don't want to pick on anybody really, but I'll just do that. But I suppose these courses are so new. I just wanted to know why, what drew you to them, and what, why did you choose DCU, and why did you choose these courses? So if anybody wants to volunteer to answer that question, or I can pick on somebody. Anybody want to volunteer? Shifra? Anna, you're volunteering, are you?
Yes.
No? Yes, great. Anna, hi. So Anna, you're doing the Psychology and Disruptive Technology course. So yeah. What drew you to that course and DCU?
So I've been thinking I'm a mature student who came back to education. So I've been looking at courses for a long time, for a few years now, and I was really interested in psychology. But when I came across this course, I really like the idea of combining this with the technology a bit, because I think it adds a niche skill that is not yet on the market. And I think that I've also been, just the idea that the technology that surrounds us, the technology that we interact with on a daily basis, like why is it that I get more impatient at the self-checkout than I would with if I went to the cashier? Why is it, like, how do we interact with technology, and how does that impact us, our well-being, our mental health? It's something that is really interesting to me. So straight away when I found this course, I was really glad to see that that it's something new, that it's something unique that I haven't come across before.
Absolutely. There's this disruptive technology part of it. Then it was, I suppose, disruption affects us all, isn't it? In every way, affects our homes, our schools, our place of work, and disruption can be good or bad, and people like it or don't like it. So I suppose you need to know how you can deal with that, I suppose, from a...
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've done a few modules in that area already, have you?
Yes, yeah. So yeah. I'm in semester 2 at the moment,
mm-hmm.
And we have various modules. So it's we have the School of Computing and the School of Psychology who are doing this degree together, and so we have a couple of modules like web design or programming fundamentals from the School of Computing, and then we do research skills, intro to psychology, personality psychology, modules like this from the School of Psychology.
Very good. And then I suppose for the sustainability sort of courses, we have different perspectives from the climate and environmental sustainability with Alison, and then Shifra is doing the mechanical and sustainability engineering. So I might call upon you, the two of you now, to maybe just talk about what drew you to those courses. That maybe the climate and sustainability one first. Alison, is it?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, so I always kind of had an interest in the environment and learning about how we can, help in the future. And I didn't really want to do environmental science because I'm not into science that much, and I felt like that was the only kind of course available for something like that. So then I saw this new course in DCU, and I saw that it was quite geography based and a lot more down to, policy and geographical information systems, which is a lot more suitable for me. So that's what drew me into it. And it definitely has been really good so far. I've been learning about everything that I wanted to learn about. So yeah, it's been really great.
Brilliant. And I know Jamie was talking, the lecturer was talking about earlier on about your little project you had before Christmas. And I know you mentioned, you can tell me what you did, but he brought in the cricket tacos that somebody else.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the course, we do a lot of creative things that help us understand about sustainability. And so in the first semester, we had to do a 30-day sustainability challenge. So basically, we chose one aspect of our lives that we could make a bit more sustainable. So I chose to cut down my meat. So I stopped eating meat for the 30 days. And other people did the same. And some people went to the extreme lengths of cutting out kind of meat, as in cows and chickens, and went to insects for their source of protein. So that was really interesting to learn about, and it really stuck with me because now I actually don't eat meat. And while we were doing the challenge, we learned about, like, in class, why this is like bad for the environment, and it was really good for understanding the actual impact of what we were doing.
Absolutely. And is there anything exciting you're looking forward to coming up in the next, I know it's you have to get through your first year, but is there anything like coming up in the next year, 2, 3 or 4 that you're looking forward to? Or do you have a work placement, for example?
Yeah, so we get a choice between a work placement or a year abroad. So I'm not too sure which one I'm going to pick, but I'm excited for that. And in second year, we also do a residential field trip to somewhere in Ireland for the week, which I'm really looking forward to, just getting into the field and into nature. So that's what I'm looking for.
Sounds so exciting. I'd love to be doing that course myself now, I think. And Shifa, then from the engineering point of view, what made you choose that particular specialism then? There's lots of engineering courses in DCU. What drew you to the sustainability element?
Yeah, so I was actually smiling when Alison was talking there, because the exact reasons she picked her course were the opposite reasons that I stayed away from that side. So I've always been interested in sustainability type stuff as well, but it's kind of the maths sciencey side that I'd find more fulfilling for myself. I kind of did actually look at environmental science as well, but coming into DCU with engineering, I was confident in my choice because I knew engineers are needed in every walk of life, business. You can end up almost anywhere. And then we didn't actually know in first year coming in that this course was going to become available to us. So I was absolutely over the moon that a specific mechanical and sustainable course was coming in on time for me to do it. I just thought it would be something necessary for the future in terms of employability, but not even that, it's what I care about.
So you knew all along that, you knew all along this was the route that you wanted to take, because you had an interest in it beforehand, was it?
Yeah. Kind of just felt right.
Right, yeah. So you're a second year now, so you're actually in the actual course. Okay, so you did common entry the first year then, did you?
I did, yeah.
Right, okay.
So of course we have to keep up with more general engineering stuff, like in order to eventually become our chartered engineers or whatever, but we have loads of modules that are entirely specific to sustainability, if that's what people are interested in. So physics of renewable energy, getting to look at kind of solar panels, and hydropower is actually my own personal interest, area of interest, and electrical power, so newest versions of motors and just efficiency and materials and stuff like just all really, really great stuff if you're interested in problem solving and the environment. Yeah.
Very good. And it's quite practical, isn't it, engineering? You're doing a lot of hands-on stuff as well in the labs, aren't you?
So we're currently making boats, small ones, but get to learn lots about thermofluids. We've had some leaky boats, but we're working towards our deadline, and hopefully we'll have everything smoothed out by then. And sure, with first year through lockdown, obviously we weren't able to do as many practical things as we would have liked, but even then we got sent out some Arduino Unos in the post. I don't know if anybody's into coding type stuff, so we were still able to do some practical things even with the coronavirus impacting our education.
But it's nice to be back on campus, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, it's amazing.
It
We're
is,
doing
yeah,
so much
yeah.
more now. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Alicia, then you're doing chemical sciences. Are you in general entry, and then you're going to go do the artificial intelligence? Is that right?
I'm still not 100% sure, because when I first saw the course, I wanted to do chemical and pharmaceutical science, but the reason I chose the course is because it's very, very broad, and I am not good with decisions. Like, I spent so much time thinking, like, even now I'm like, should I do artificial intelligence? Because I'm not 100% sure. But this course has been very, very like broad for me, and like really like eye-opening. There's so many like different like aspects, like in science for one, but also in chemistry. There's so many different like branches. It all stems out, and it's just so like interesting to like learn all the different like there's only 3 I can pick. There's chemical and pharmaceutical, analytical science, and chemistry with AI. And even as we're learning about them, we're learning biology and physics and chemistry, we're also like learning the different like fields and what like each course entails. So
And that's what general entry is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's giving you that knowledge so that you can help you choose which specialism you want to go into from second year, which is fantastic. So we have a chemical science as general entry, we have biological science as general entry, and we have physical science as general entry, all doing the same thing, allowing you to dip in and out and see what you want to do from second year, which is fantastic.
It's very, very broad, very, very like flexible.
Very flexible, yeah. So chemical sciences then, you don't have to be doing chemistry. Did you do chemistry in school?
Yeah, I did, but like there's many of my like course mates who haven't done chemistry and they're still doing all right.
Good, yeah, because you don't need, it's not a requirement. So, I know you would get the support then I thought you have to work hard, don't you? In anything really, you have to work hard. So that
it's unfortunate I didn't do all 3 sciences, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So chemical science general entry, you don't know what specialism you want to go into yet, but is chemical and pharmaceutical, which is very chemistry intensive, I would say, and then also a very recession resilient industry to be in, because I think 40% of exports from Ireland are in the pharmaceutical industry, I believe. Then you have your analytical science, which is there's a bit of biology in there as well, because I know you can do a biology pathway and chemistry pathway, so it's good for those who don't really not sure between the biology and chemistry, which pathway you want to take. So there's a bit of both there. And then you have chemical sciences, artificial intelligence as well. And we heard all about that earlier on the lecture, which sounds really, really interesting. Machine learning to do with chemistry applications and things like that. I'm probably saying it all wrong. I don't know. Am I right, Alicia? Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, it sounds very familiar.
That's good. And Louise, thanks for joining back in again. You gave a great lecture earlier on attention and psychology with maths. So you have students in your class, they're coming in with a higher level maths because they need to have that for this particular course. Is there anything else that you would see what sort of students would be attracted to this particular course?
Yes, thanks for having me back. Unfortunately, our student wasn't able to join today for personal reasons, but what I can do is kind of tell you a little bit about their story and why they decided to pick this particular course. So this was a student who had a really keen interest in maths, but was I suppose quite sure that they didn't want to be a secondary school teacher. So they'd sort of closed down that particular avenue, but wanted to do something with maths that wasn't specifically, that wasn't only studying maths and would open them up to a variety of different degrees. So they were looking at different areas like finance and business, and the psychology and mathematics program came along at just the right time, because they're also really interested in understanding more about humans, why we do what we do, why we don't do the right thing sometimes, why we intend to do one thing and end up doing something entirely different. And then so that they were attracted to the course from that perspective. And I would say, looking across the group of students that we have at the moment, That's really the key thing. So you do have to like maths. There is, definitely a mathematical component that is why there is that prerequisite there. But it's really about how can I use maths to learn more about human beings. So, it's being innately curious about humans and how we live and how we interact, and covers everything from, the way human sort of cognition works, but all the way through to, how we can influence people's behaviors. So, God forbid we had another pandemic tomorrow. If we wanted people to respond to policy decisions in a certain way, we can take our understanding of psychology and our mathematical modeling ability and actually work out, well, if we want this behavior, we need to persuade people or have these incentives to get people to react in that way. So lots of future, I think, careers you're going to see merging across disciplines like this. It's where everything starts to come together. I think that's really exciting.
Absolutely is. And I suppose that rings a lot of bells with you, Anna, maybe with your psychology and disruptive technology as well. I suppose it's unfair to ask, because a lot of you are only in first year, but like what are your hopes and dreams and aspirations with these courses? But, I think you're having a great time now and enjoying your courses now, so that, there's plenty of opportunity that that's out there later on. I mean, the last speaker, Brian, was talking about jobs that are not even, invented yet, so this probably affects some of you as well here. But does anybody, Alison, do you know, in particular what you'd like to do maybe later on?
Yeah, I'm not too sure yet, but I would love to work in different companies and as a sustainability consultant or environmental consultant, and just help them to establish kind of nature-based solutions and make a more sustainable business. That's one thing I'm looking to do. Yeah,
sounds very impressive. And Shifa, what about yourself?
Kind of a random one, but I've always wanted to travel, and I've recently been looking at kind of New Zealand. Over 50% of their renewable energies is in hydropower, which is something I'm really interested in. So yeah, hopefully post masters I'll be able to fly off to the other side of the world and do something over there with that. Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, New Zealand is a beautiful place. I've been there myself, so it's a lovely place to live in. It's very like Ireland, except for very big mountains.
That's what everybody says.
Everybody says that. And what about you, Alicia? I know you're only first year and you still actually don't know your specialism yet, so it's very, very unfair to ask you. So I probably, if you want to say something, you can.
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'd like to, the area I'm thinking of going in is to work in pharmaceutical companies, like the manufacture of drugs. I'm not exactly I can't pinpoint exactly what I'd like to do, but something in that area, or it'd be working with a team, manufacturing drugs, testing drugs and stuff like that.
Brilliant, and very well worthwhile. And Anna, then, do you have anything in mind?
Well, I'm really interested in user research. But also I am drawn to the nonprofit sector. So maybe looking at how technology could empower nonprofit organizations, something like that.
Sounds great. Nobody wants to be a lecturer like Louise, no?
It's a great job.
It's a great job, absolutely is. That's absolutely fascinating. So thanks so much for coming on today. And I don't know if you want to say anything else that you may want to put forward yourself about your course, or your maybe Louise as well, but your whole involvement and your experience with DCU, that you want to maybe say something. Maybe you're in part of a clubs and society that has something relevant to your course, or even overall you're joining clubs and societies and the experience that they give you as well. If anybody wants to come in on that. You're all very shy. Louise, did you want to say something there?
Yeah, I suppose one of the other things I just wanted to say about these new courses is obviously today we've been going through them kind of one by one and looking at the sort of different areas that each covers, but there's some exciting prospects coming up for sort of third and fourth year students as well, where we're looking at challenge-based activities that go across the different programs. So sustainability is a really good one. So if you took a sustainability challenge and you took people from psychology and disruptive tech, psychology and mathematics, chemistry and AI, global challenges, you know, all of the different programs could come together, and you'd have a really sort of multidisciplinary student group, where each of these groups then can tackle a particular challenge or a particular issue. So it allows students to meet others, you know, in programs across the university that you mightn't traditionally get a chance to actually study alongside or work alongside. So I think that's a great way of meeting people as well.
That sounds amazing. And I can see Alison and Shifa maybe working together from the humanities and the engineering sides and coming together for the climate sustainability. I was going to say something there now. What was it? Gosh, it's gone out of my head completely. No, it's, oh yeah. Did anybody take up the language option? I know Kieran was talking about languages this morning and all the different languages that are available to you as an extracurricular option. Anybody take that up or know about them?
Yeah, I took up beginner Spanish.
There you go.
So it's actually really fun. It's really enjoyable to do something completely different to what you're actually studying.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it to anyone who is looking to do these type of courses, and there is a language option to hop on it because it is so beneficial, even if you want to travel. So it's definitely something that you should look at.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
took
It's
up
great.
Spanish intermediate.
You took it up, did you, Anna?
Yeah,
Oh, very
really
good.
nice.
And what's your native language?
Hungarian.
Hungarian. So, and how do you find that then?
It's nice. It's very communication based, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All the people are there because it's an elective subject. So, you know, everybody who is there, they want to be there. So it's really nice.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. So, and again, another opportunity. So cross-disciplinary, people meeting from different courses, maybe able to take up a language. There's lots of options here for these DCU Futures courses. So I think we'll leave it there because it's been a long day, and unless somebody else wants to add in anything at the end, you're okay, everybody okay, wants to go home with their tea. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on today. And it was such a very worthwhile session, I think, to hear from, you know, the horse's mouth, the people who are actually doing the courses and how you find them and everything else and why you chose to do them in the first place. But they also, they're so exciting, the courses. And I wish you the best of luck now in your second, third, fourth year and everything else that comes with it. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I wish you all a good night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colin.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Oh, there's a question.
Oh, there's a question. Oh gosh, where's the question now? Hold on, cancel that. Sorry about this. Question came in. Oh, what are the timetables like for those extracurricular languages?
Here's twice a week. They're
Is
very
it
flexible.
twice a week, is it?
I mean, I do intermediate French, and they have it twice a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. Only like an hour or two. Nothing like too heavy, nothing too difficult.
Okay, that's great. Sure, the two guys who are doing the languages, you can verify that?
Yes, mine is on Tuesday evenings, Spanish intermediate.
Yeah, I have Wednesday evenings for a 2-hour class, so it's just once a week.
Okay, I hope that answers your question then. Yeah, that's great. All right, well, we'll try again. Unless anybody else has another question, we'll head off. We'll go into the dark here. This is terrible. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.